Our friends over at Tomb Guardians are back with a Kickstarter focused entirely this time on Unpainted minis. This collection focuses on Dragonborn, Halflings, Minotaurs, hero figures, and monsters. You can pick up individual sets or just individual minis. And the minis look great. I have actual samples I'm going to be able to show you this time in this paid Kickstarter preview. And if Tomb Guardians does sound familiar, they also did the Curse of the Usurper Kickstarter that we covered in a video that you can see right up there. But for now, let's do what we do best and check out some minis. This is such a simple Kickstarter, and I love it for that. There are 5 collections of minis that you can choose from, or you can pick up individual minis if you just have your eye on a couple of them. The minis come pre-assembled but unpainted. So let's take a look at those collections, starting with the Dragonborn. Here we have the Sword Warrior, Barbarian, Two-Handed Sword Warrior, and the Warlock. These minis are made out of resin, and as you can see, they are nicely detailed and have some great dynamic poses. And I love that we're able to get some minis that I have never seen before. Just take a look at these. We also have the Paladin, the Sorcerer, the Monk, and a different Sword Warrior. That Paladin in particular looks really epic to me. I'll show you examples of them all painted up in just a second. And if you're wanting even more interesting Dragonborn minis, stay tuned until we talk about the stretch goals in a few minutes. Now, these Dragonborn minis range in size from 40mm up to 44mm. Here you can see them next to some of our other minis to get a sense of their scale. Now let me show you what they look like all painted up by the Tomb Guardians artist. Having all of them unpainted lets you customize our color as well. Man, just gorgeous work here. I cannot wait to see what the community does with these. The collection of 8 Dragonborn minis comes in at $39. Now let's look at our Halflings. This collection includes 10 minis, starting off here with the Sorcerer, Artificer, Cleric, Ranger, and Monk. Now, we never get Artificer minis, much less Halfling Artificers, so that alone makes me really happy. All of these are really evocative, but I particularly enjoy that Monk and that Sorcerer. Check out the little arcane runes on the Sorcerer's robe, and the mouths on all these minis are just so expressive. Next up, we have the Rogue, the Action Shield Warrior, the Dual Sword Warrior, the Paladin, and the Bard. I'm just noticing all the little details here, like the cool twin horns on the Bard, and they even all have eyebrows. All that detailing is just going to make painting them up that much more interesting and entertaining, and it'll help them pop on your table as well. I really like the hood on that Rogue also. Now, the Halfling minis range in size from 22 to 24mm, as you can see here, and you can also see them all painted up. Really fun little characters with all sorts of personality. A mini with personality is a character that tells a story. The Halfling collection is $36. Next up, though, we have maybe the most exciting set in this entire collection, at least to me, some PC-focused Minotaurs. Again, these guys are big, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Again, the detailing on them is top-notch, right down to the individual little teeth. Here you can see the Minotaur boss, the archer, the bard, exclamation mark, and the barbarian. Just get right out of here with that bard. That is my next character. I just need to brainstorm some names. Like Hornsby, Mozart, I don't know. Help me workshop some of these in the comment section down below. And then we have the other half of the Minotaur collection here. We have the Spear Warrior, the Dual-Wielding Warrior, the Druid, and the Cleric. I have never had a Minotaur PC in any of my games before, but having creatures so steeped in mythology can make for some really interesting stories. And these minis give you a lot of fun options. And you can also use these collections to add, for example, a tribe of Minotaurs to the campaign that you're already playing, which could make for some really unique encounters. The Minotaur minis vary in height from 50mm up to 54mm. You can find the gameplay rules for having a Minotaur PC in Monsters of the Multiverse, or alternatively, in the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. The set of 8 Minotaur minis goes for $44. Next up, we have the Heroes of the Realm. This is a collection of 8 PC minis of various races and classes. Let's start with the Gnome Wizard, the Halfling Rogue, the Dwarven Warrior, and the Tiefling Bard. First, yes, this is a different Halfling Rogue than the one we had in the Halfling collection. And, oh my, that Tiefling Bard is going to bring some sass to some gaming tables in the not-too-distant future. Next up, we have the Human Ranger, the Half-Orc Paladin, the Dragonborn Cleric, and the Half-Elf Barbarian. I love all these, but I particularly like that Human Ranger with the lantern. First, it's going to be a lot of fun for painters who like working in object source lighting, but it's also just such a cool archetypal looking character in stories like the ones we tell, and I don't recall seeing other minis that quite scratch that itch. And here again, you can see some examples of these minis all painted up. Again, the Human Ranger with the lantern is really awesome, but they all look great. This collection of 8 minis is $32. And finally, we have our set of 29 monster and NPC minis. Some of these are part of little subgroups. You have this set of NPC guards who all go together. Then there's a set of vampiric enemies, including some you've probably never seen before, including a vampiric yeti and a polar bear. You've got a coven of witches, including their cauldron, and you know I love a good hag story. Plus, you got some zombies and some skeletal wolves. And finally, you just have a hodgepodge of fun creatures like a giant frog who just had a tasty snack, a naga, an imp, a kobold captain, thank you very much, a water abomination, a sea hag, and a couple of others. Now, I don't have those actual minis to show you just yet, but hopefully by now you have a sense of the quality of the minis that we're talking about here. But let me show you a couple of the stretch goal minis that we do have, and hopefully we'll be able to unlock these as the campaign progresses. Remember that as long as you get at least one of the collections, you'll also receive all the unlocked stretch goal minis for free. First, we have the absolutely epic pair of Dragonborn. The bard playing the lyre and the cleric reading out an edict or a proclamation. Honestly, these two might be my favorites in the entire collection. Really creative and fun pair. We also have a pair of halflings here with our little druid and a little rogue. A little bit more of a classic feel to these two. That druid is going to look really striking when you paint it up with all those flowers. And the rogue is just great. And finally, we have quite the thematic pair of Minotaurs with the paladin and the anti-paladin. You can even use these minis as the same character in a campaign. Maybe the paladin has a fall from grace and part of the story is to help bring them back into the light with some redemption. This is only a sampling of the stretch goal figures available in this campaign. You can check out the full set on the Kickstarter page, which again is linked right up there. The more money the campaign raises, the more minis you get for your money. So spread the word. And finally, let me give you just a little quick preview of some of the add-ons that are available as part of this campaign. We have some magical accessory packs to decorate your dungeons, and then we have a series of larger boss minis to pit against your heroes. Now, some of these larger minis do require a little bit of assembly when you receive them. There are some really fun baddies in here, and they look like they might be fun painting projects to boot. And that is the Burrow and Bloom Springtime Bash from Tomb Guardians. As with all Kickstarters, remember that it is not a store. You are backing a project that the creator is bringing into the world, so you won't get your minis right away. According to the information I have right now, the minis should be shipping before the end of the year, but be sure you check out the campaign page for all those updated release dates and shipping information and more. It is all linked there in the corner again or down in the doohickey below me. If you have any questions about it though, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. If you're looking for some great unpainted minis, you have come to the right place. My name is Theo, and you can find me over at the Gallant Goblin on YouTube or at one of the social media sites over here. For now, though, please stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.